Alright, this is renovation day 40, and today we are working on the day bed swing that's going to hang outside up on the upper balcony outside the master. This is kind of how I draw things out to try to just get all the measurements in my head and figure out how many boards I need to get when I go to Home Depot or Lowe's. So I kind of sketched this out this morning. This may or may not make sense to you, but it does to me. This kind of makes a little more sense because it kind of is the drawing of it put together somewhat. And then kind of I break it apart to figure out how many boards I'm going to need. And then this is just because I maybe just want to see it in like an exploded view, and then I just make my notes. So I've already gone and bought all the wood. So if it all goes correctly the way I envision it, it was about $200 worth of wood. So then you'll be able to make this bench for, I don't know, I guess around $200, although I have not bought the rope yet that it's going to hang by. And I have not bought the big anchor bolts that's going to hang from the ceiling. So I still got to buy those, so that's a little extra. And then we're going to have a twin size mattress on it, and we'll have some pillows and pillowcases and mattress covers, and then a cover. So that's also additional cost that some people have it, some people don't. So, but people are selling these swings built online anywhere between $700 to $1,200 with all that stuff. So if we could come out way under that, I'm estimating that when it's all said and done, it'll be around maybe $400 to $500. And that's not including like all the stain and clear coat that I already have, so I'm not adding that into the purchase price. But anyway, so I'm gonna go get the wood. I'm gonna lay it out, and I'll probably just start with building just the box frame that's going to hold the mattress. So these two guys right here are going to be just 2x4s that kind of, just going to have two 2x4s that run underneath the whole platform, and it's going to have holes in each that the rope is going to go down through, and then it's going to go up. So I'll pick one of these, or two of these 2x4s, whichever one's the least bent, because they're all bent and bowed and warped. And then I'm building the frame with 2x6. So I bought 3 2x6s. So I'm going to get those, cut them to the lengths that I need, and then screw all those together, and then maybe put it on the base, and then we'll go from there. So that's where we're at for day 40. Here we go. Alright, here's an update of, I guess, what you've been seeing. So we've got the base framing done. That'll hold the twin mattress. And then you just saw me cutting all the slats that I'm not going to nail in. I'll probably try to assemble as much of this upstairs as I can so it doesn't get too heavy to actually bring it upstairs. Even just this frame with these two boards. So these two middle 2x4s are not connected. They're just, I have them running across these sawhorses just to help stabilize this thing. So it's really just this 2x4 and this outer 2x4, which that's where the holes will be for the ropes to go through. So I got that built. So now I'm going to start working on the armrests that are pretty much just going to be rectangles that go around on each side, cut out of this just common board, 1x6. So these are about 5.5 inches wide, about 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to cut them into some rectangles right now. So you'll see me cutting that, and then I'll probably be nailing that together, and then I'll just be test fitting them on each side. I'll slide them under here, and I was just upstairs measuring kind of the height of where I want my armrest to be. So thinking around maybe 18 inches, which will maybe be like 15 inches, I don't know, whatever, it'll be on there. And then once I get those rectangles cut on both sides, then I'm gonna work on a long rectangle that goes all the way up. It's kind of gonna be just the, you know, the backrest of it, but it's going to go the opposite way and on the outside of these rectangles. And then once those 3 rectangles are made for armrests and backrests, then I'm going to take these boards, and these are going to be the slats that run horizontally on the backrest, and then I think I'll cut one slat that'll run this way in the middle of the armrests, and there'll be maybe one more board here on the outsides of the armrest, so that'll kind of match the board that runs up here. It'll all make sense when I start doing it. So that's where we're at. We got the framing done and the slats done. So now we're gonna start working on the armrests and the backrest. So here we go. Alright, it is a new day and everything is kind of put together and in its little segmented form that I'm going to have it for when I take it upstairs. Everything is sanded to the way I want. It doesn't have to be crazy sanded. These are just 2x6s and 2x4s and some common boards. So this guy got sanded a good bit. Started with 60 grit, then 80 grit, then 100, and then I think I worked my way up to, I might have gone over this in 120. So this has had 4 passes of sanding, which took a while getting all the different angles. So is it like furniture smooth? No. Is it outdoor furniture made out of 2x4 and 2x6 smooth? Yeah, probably. I tried to round all the edges, sand the best I could, and then kind of blow all the dust off to get it ready to stain and eventually clear. So here's the framing ready for stain. Obviously not this board, this guy's just loose. He's just here for support. Then I got the 2 sides that will slip on each side of here, and then I'll tack it on once it's all stained and stuff. And then this thick boy here is going to go across the top of these to the top, and then these are all the back slats that'll run along the back there. Long ways. So I've kind of got these all separated, hopefully enough to where I could stain all of them, or at least enough of them, and then let them dry, and then either flip them or turn them or however I need to get the rest of the coverage done. So now they're all separated and stained. These are all the slats. I don't know if I'm going to stain these because these are just going to sit down here. You're not going to see them. I don't know if they need to be stained. I might just clear them. Maybe, just because they are going to be outside, so they probably do need protection, so I might just clear them. I don't know if I'll waste time staining them though. So that is that. I guess I'm going to get to staining now. Again, like, sanding was boring, so I didn't film it. I did that all off camera. Staining is also kind of boring. I might do that off camera. I think anyone watching knows how to stain, knows what it looks like, doesn't really need to watch me do it. So I might just stain this and then come back to you when it's all at least first coat. So we'll see. All right, we're all stained up, or everything that's going to get stained anyway. So, didn't stain this yet. I'm not going to stain these. These are just going to get the clear coated, like I said before. And that's the next step for these guys. Now, I think maybe for the base, I might just go get the like spray wax, just because it's okay if it's not smooth on this. Nothing's smooth on this thing. It's better than it was, but it's not that bad. And then I might just use this stuff right here, the clear satin, for the armrests. I might put a coat on there. I might even sand it and then put a second coat on there. These guys, I guess I could paint them on with a brush. Wouldn't be too bad when I'm doing that, but anyway, so that's the next step. I'm going to go ahead and clear coat these now that they're stained and about dry, but I'll probably do that on Monday because we're going out of town. So I'll pick this video up on Monday. Hopefully on Sunday when we get back, Christian can help me take this base up to the balcony, because we might have to probably just like lift it up over the side, because I don't think we want to walk up the stairs with this thing. It's just too big. So we'll get that up there. Maybe I'll spray it up there, put 2 coats on there so that it's okay for it to sit outside. And then while that's upstairs drying, I'll go ahead and clear these and clear these. And then once those are dry and done, I'll bring them up and assemble it all together. So the next time I pick this up will probably be me assembling it all together. So this is where I leave you now. Goodbye. Alright, quick update since the last one. I don't even remember where I left off. All this was getting ready to be sanded and stained. Maybe I stained it all. Can't remember if I showed you that I stained it. And now we're putting the poly on, so all the poly is on here. So this guy's upside down, but I've got this guy all done, this guy's ready, and then these are the backs all stained and polyed, and then this is the one that's going to go over the top. Now what I've been working on that you haven't seen is Kristen wanted cup holders, so I've cut these holes out, cup holders on the arms, and then I'm testing all of our different various size glasses to make sure it works, which so far I think this is the only one. Stemless wine glass does not fit the 3.5-inch hole. It's close, but it doesn't. But I could just sit on there. That's the only one. I think everything else, obviously I measured, goes through. Services, great, they even stop themselves, but to stop the cups, I actually just kept the circles, bought a bracket, thought it would be creative, put that little spacer for where I'm gonna put it, so I'll center that, and so that's where it'll sit, like that. And so I kind of held this here and tested all the different glasses and made sure they stuck out enough that it was a good height. So now I'm going to go ahead and just screw these in on each one. And essentially these will be done. I've got the frame upstairs on the balcony, and that I have already hit with one coat of poly. So I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'll probably hit that with a second coat of poly. And then once the second coat's dry, then I'll bring all this stuff up, start assembling. The only thing I haven't done is the pieces that the mattress is going to sit on. They're sanded, but I still got to poly them. I'll probably bring these upstairs where the frame is, and I'll probably hit them with the spray poly upstairs. So that'll go pretty quick. I'll still have to wait for them to dry, but I might just hit one side, flip them over, tack them down with the nail gun, and then spray the top side with it already connected and built. So I was really just showing you this for an update and to show you the cup holders. So when I start installing this and you see that, you didn't see me do that before. So there you go. Next step is installing it all together. And then final step is hanging it, which I still have to find all the studs up in the ceiling and put the lag bolts in there. So that'll be close to the last step. Alright, there you go. Alright, we are done polying the frame. There it is. I got it sideways. I was polying it up here, and then just last night I hit all of the crossbars that are going to hold up the mattress, polyed those, kind of finished them off this morning. So now I brought up the compressor, we got the nail gun, we're going to space those all out properly and nail those down. And then this morning I found my studs up in the ceiling, installed my eye hooks, and cut the rope in half and just ran it through to see. That side was a little close, but the next stud is 16 feet over, so, or 16 inches, sorry, over. That one's not bad, but that's about the width of this bench, so that's just the way it's going to be. So I'm going to tack all these in, space them out, and then I'm going to start bringing up the side pieces and the back pieces, and then I'll start attaching all of those. And then I will spin this baby sideways and get something to rest it on at the height I want, and then put the ropes through and tie it off, and then we should be done. So Alright, here it is, all assembled. I just cut, stained, and polyed these two center supports because it's a long way to travel with no support, so it was kind of a little bit wobbly, those long beams going across, so I made those real quick. Slipped those in. I haven't nailed them in, they're just clamped there. Waiting to hear back from Kristen. I sent her a picture of it to see if she liked it, but whether she does or not, I think it needs it just for that added bit of rigidity. So once she messages me back, I'll hopefully go ahead and screw, put some screws at the bottom and then finishing nails behind it, and then I'll pull out all that cardboard, try to scoot this thing back into position, and then run the rope through it, tie the knots, and then let her set sail. I've got the mattress in here kind of inflating. It says it needs 24 to 48 hours to fully get up to its 8-inch thickness, but I'm just going to let it pop up in here overnight, or I could probably put it out there, but we do have a cover that goes over it that's waterproof, and then we've got some black sheets that'll go on it, so I might toss both of those on there, maybe just toss it out there once I get it hung. And then I bought a tarp yesterday that we need to kind of customize to sit over this, but also be able to go around the ropes once it's hanging. So we'll have to cut up the tarp and then maybe add some snap buttons or something to close it back up around the ropes, but I might do that another day, we'll see. But hopefully the next time you see this, it'll be hanging on these ropes with a mattress on it, and we'll be testing it out. So there we go, it's all assembled. Now it's just ready to be hung. So let's get it up there. Don't break. I just want to go up against the wall. I guess it works. There you go. Now I just gotta make a cover for it. Clean all this crap up. And back into a usable deck. Alright, day whatever. 40, 41, done. Hey guys, one last thing. It's a rainy day here in Seattle. It's the next day. I just want to add it, so I got everything back, got all the trash out of the way. This guy's still here, but today I just wanted to add to the end of the video that I added these guys. This is a little mini infrared heater that I installed this morning that you could angle whichever way, which we have it angled down towards the bed for when it gets a little too cold out. We can stay out here while it's still cold, and then got this fan for the hot days, which, believe it or not, it does get hot enough. We've already had a couple weekends where we could have used these guys. So I got these guys. I still have to buy 2 extension cords to run these further down. I actually bought these 2 15-footers. That's way too much. I thought I was going to need more to route these all the way down, but this one ends right there, so I only need about 6 feet to get it to there. And then the heater runs to about there, so maybe 8 feet. So I'm probably going to bring those back and go get 2 other fans. And there's also a second fan that I installed over there, which the 15-foot extension cord worked just fine, so I can get to that extension cord right there. So come summertime, we'll have crosswinds. We'll have the fan blowing this way, and then this one in this corner Going that way. And it's going to be a nice place to hang out. So just want to show you that before I ended this video. So now that is the end of what I think started last week as renovation day 40. Done.